I don't know how I don't know how the death size will translate into Xbox.
I was going to say, I
I'll
don't know how he translates into Xbox as well. I mean, Thor's very difficult to use, and Thor
Exactly.
and Thanatos very similar in terms of ability usage and how they fire.
But I think an execute would be strong here. And an early game, I mean, nobody's going to contest Thanatos' early game, right?
I mean, you can't.
Certainly there.
Here's the key for Elevate did that perfectly, because when they get two Guardians and a Warrior linked up like they did together and protecting the backline of an Isis, which was just providing more CC and damage too, then it's very hard to bring them all down. What you need to do is isolate them, keep them away from this grouping up, and if you can isolate them and pick them off one, it's more effective. Odin could be a good impact.
Early game out of the Odin, you've got the cage to separate some players.
And he's tanky too.
Uzzy. Juice doesn't want to see Uzzy on that Xing Qian. Elevate, still showing respect to Transonics. No Shibalanke being allowed to select there, but Khepri.
So they're taking away the two supports that we saw them run last time, the two Guardians, I should say, because Xingtian was in solo. Khepri's going to be defaulted too, but Elevate, they love that Guan Yu, and let's be brutally honest here, the Guan Yu has done work for them.
I still have a problem with Juice selecting this Khepri. We'll see if Gili can really bring it today. We weren't as impressed with the Khepri as we might.
I mean, I spoke to Gili afterwards as well, and Gili was like, I was really tired as well. It's a long day, a long flight. So maybe, maybe he comes out with a different, fresh look on this pick today. I agree with taking it, though, if you're not going to ban it. Because you can't give it to Elevate again. It was just too strong.
That character cannot be on the board for Elevate. It impacted the team fight.
Pooka played it so well. Like, Pooka had a fantastic game on that.
Exactly.
The worst thing for Elevate, I don't think I could give anyone MVP because they were all good. Maybe Hotbow was the one that I couldn't class as the MVP. The other four, though, all played their roles fantastically.
Yeah, I looked at Uzzy a lot. I looked at Pooka. Honestly, I think Pooka was one of the stronger players on the side of Elevate. Anubis going to be selected for Juice alongside Geb. So
okay. So is Khepri support or Khepri solo? Sorry, Khepri jungle or Khepri solo, I should say. Not going to be Geb support.
I think that we see Gili play the Geb, which I think Juice had some of their best performances with Gili on the Geb.
Ymir getting picked up by Elevate here for the Guardian role. Ymir not the greatest against a Geb, though, in terms of what he can put out. The freezes are very, very useful, but the problem is Geb can instantly cleanse them away. And if an Anubis knows this is coming in as well, he can just use that Death Gaze, use the immunity, and burst that Ymir's face off.
TeeVee's not going to be able to play Bastet this time around. Juice discussing their next ban.
This is a page, though, out of Elevate's book. This is why I said I wanted to see some more tanky lineups coming out from Juice Game, and that's what they're looking for here. They've gone with a double Guardian. They're probably going to pick up a Warrior for Dust, and then look for another carry. Probably a Hyper Carry for Transonics here, and with the Anubis and a Hyper Carry in the Hunter role, they should have enough damage, but a Thor looked in.
I mean, now I see... Hinduman. Now I see a Thor and an Isis. Sure, Khepri might wind up in the jungle, but again, I do have questions of how Thanatos translates to the Xbox, but I like the matchup here. Thor and Isis, both characters that silence can be very potent against. We'll see where Juice opts to go.
I mean, if you go for Thanatos in the jungle, which is a possibility, then you do have this Khepri solo, which should be okay against Guan Yu for the most part, and you've got decent matchups against the Isis, against the Thor as well. So it's a possibility. Whether they thought this through or they really want to run a Thanatos, not so sure.
Yeah, we'll take a look. The guys on Juice seem to be in high spirits.
They picked Anubis. Of course they're in high spirits.
They've got the laser dog. They've 2 dogs. What are you going to do? 2 dogs and an Ullr.
Well, at least they got one humanoid on the team.
It's just Ullr. He's the only human.
Now, I'm not sure who's having that Ull, though. Is it going to be Transonics, or are we going to see that on Dust again?
I think we see Transonics on the Ullr. And then everything else is the dice.
I mean, we could see a Fenrir Geb lane, Khepri jungle.
We could also see Anubis
jungle. We could also see Anubis jungle. It could be any of those comps. And I think Elevate's like, what the heck are they running?
That's the thing. I mean, look at the guys on Elevate. They don't even know what's coming. They do know that there's going to be an Ullr most likely in the long lane. They're going to select, or Elevate is going to select Anhur.
No Ho-Yi this time. We're going to see the Anhur matchup. Anhur versus Ullr is one of those classics that we've seen for a while since Ullr was released, and it's a pretty good one for the most part. It's a man fight. It's all about landing your abilities for the most part if you can. Hyper Carry status, though, a little bit more effective for Ullr. The burst damage definitely available for Ullr to take on the Anhur, but Anhur has a lot more tricks up his sleeve, it feels like, in terms of playstyle.
And one of the big things anytime you select an Ullr is, especially if you take what's most likely going to be the dual lane of Elevate of Ymir and Anhur, keep in mind, Ullr doesn't have any CC immunity. There's no ultimate like there's a Fury on the other side with Anhur. So very reliant on beads, sure, most characters are, but without that CC immunity on on any sort of ability, it's going to be a problem for Ullr. Something he's definitely going to have to keep in mind.
Mummify is the biggest ability on the side of Juice Gaming that needs to land. Mummify is the wrap from Anubis. The two has to connect and it can force beads, and if you can be on point with those, then you're going to have a good time as Anubis. If you do miss them, you're going to have a bad time as Anubis. It's that simple with this god.
Yeah, very much so. That wrap is going to be the offensive and defense ability for Anubis. Again, Anubis doesn't have any real mobility moves. It's really just land the wrap, drop grasping hands on the floor, and walk away and hope that you make it out.
Just seeing Juice Gaming there, I think they all looked at each other and hang on, did we pick Anubis really?
Yeah.
Did we really do that?
Let's take a look at where everybody lines up, folks. It's Elevate on the right, Juice on the left. Dust will be playing the solo lane Khepri. That leaves TeeVee on Fenrir in the jungle. Puri's bringing that Anubis into the mid lane, and then the long lane will be predictable. Gili on Geb and Transonics on Ullr.
I think when we were talking about this as well, seeing that Khepri pick up, we were like, I don't know, Gili, I don't know. Even though I said, he said it was a rough day yesterday, I'm glad that he went for the Geb, and I'm glad the boys of Juice Gaming felt that way too.
Yep.
I'm rusted him to have this Geb again, or at least a different support, and not go back to the Khepri. The lineup is a lot stronger in terms of tankiness, but across the way, Elevate do have that Guan with the protection shred for team fights, which can be very effective with the Talon Assault.
Gili and Purified having a conversation before the game ultimately begins. Gili, with that blink start, going to be looking to be very aggressive, at least in the beginning. Transonics showing off his 360 no-scopes real quick.
I mean, matchup in the duo lane for the most part is going to be, realistically, Ymir and Anhur definitely have the push power here, unless we see Transonics really use all his mana to clear the waves out effectively. But then if he uses all his mana, then he's not got any way to escape for the most part, so he's going to be very careful with that. Mid lane Anubis versus Isis, wave clear is pretty much identically even. Only difference is Anubis has to put himself in a bit of an awkward spot and probably take a little bit of poke, but will sustain it back up thanks to his passive.
First buff goes to wave TeeVee. TeeVee does can clear this out, and that red pot Fenrir, so dominant. A lot of damage coming out from this Fenrir that we'll see.
And if he can get it going early and put some pressure onto the mid lane, it could be very effective. I mean, trying to put pressure onto Aggro's Isis before he can get himself going, you can get a nice lot of damage off on the Fenrir. Very, very aggressive, but as soon as the silence and the Spirit Ball's ready, Fenrir can be cancelled out.
Left
but
side,
hold on.
Pooka here with the support Thor.
We didn't mention that. We don't spoke about the support Thor just yet because I expected it to be Ymir, and I didn't look at the comps at all. Ymir is actually going to be in the jungle this game.
Uzzy in some trouble. Dust. The minion
We
wave
said
is
Uzzy
here.
doesn't really
Duck
lose like
might
all
be
minions.
a bad idea. But he barely gets out of there.
Those health potions ticking away. He's got a multi-potion on him as well, does Dust. And Uzzy's going to play it very safe for a second. Now he'll have Conviction up soon to be able to heal up again. Now, things have actually changed in the lane dynamics because I was expecting Ymir and her, so I didn't really look. Good impale. Good impale.
Pinned up, but able to heal himself.
This is an exciting little game between the two. Where's TeeVee, though? TeeVee was looking to come around the back, and he needs to watch his positioning because I think he just got spotted there on the rotation. But talking about rotations, once again, Ymir back in the mid lane here. Gustavy looking for more pressure.
Wrapped up, jumped on. Still no ultimates out of either of our characters, so no Ragnarok or laser beam, but it's enough damage. Silence
the
out
silence!
Beautiful play.
Not enough, though, to find the sustain. And there's Ragnarok picked up, but an instant beats coming out at the exact right time from Aggro. TeeVee's in trouble, but if that Spirit Ball would have hit, would have been a different story for Elevate.
Love the play coming out of Elevate's mid laner here. Gets a beautiful silence, beautiful beads, quick reaction time, quick thinking. Aggro is playing it correctly until Purified throws it down. Isis gonna fall.
That was pretty much, without seeing it, it was a mummify into laser beam of death because beads was already used. A good pickup. Right inside though, aggression. Transonics really, he's so focused on Hotbo, he could have picked up Pooka a little bit easier, I feel. But now he missed the axe on Pooka. Pooka's gonna juke out, finds the hammer. Mistakes were made by the Juice game in duo lane.
Actually, I'm going to go the other way. I like that decision. I think that the whole time Transonics was thinking Thor, but he goes towards Hotbow, ready, and just if he gets the axe, that's a dead Thor. Just trying to fake out a little bit, show the opposite hand of what he wants to play.
Fake out a little bit, but the Thor had his back to him anyway, so he's not going to be able to find out.
Well, this has been aggressive. Juice already 4 kills on the board. Let's listen to how different they are on comms right now.
You're gonna have to rotate, Gili.
Yeah, we're on purple right now. I'll rotate it.
Yep.
Dude, nice. I got him. Nice.
We have no eyes on
Jump
duo,
coming.
guys.
No eyes on duo.
I just wrecked him, dude.
Yeah. I can blink ult.
You're pretty low, but yeah. I have.
Yeah.
That's definitely not ult.
I wasn't in range. DH.
Dude, I'm wrecking.
Same.
Dude, just
That's definitely not alt, but these guys still having fun this time, having fun while on the top side of things. 4 kills to 3. Juice, I mean, what's your takeaway from that one, Hinder?
Takeaway from that one is Dust got wrecked. that was my takeaway from that. Ozzy's having a very good time. I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, a few of the players say that Ozzy's very, very strong in this solo lane. He very rarely loses lane. Even on that Jing 10 earlier on, he had a rough lane, but he never really lost it. He didn't end up dying or giving up too much. But against this Khepri on the Guan, he's having a very, very good game once again. And the mid lane, you can see Gili's trying to make plays happen. But to be completely honest, the Ymir play coming out of Gustavy there was fantastic to instantly use his ultimate just in case he got hit by a big
Gustavy's
combo.
no slouch. You might remember him from the PC SPL known as Wiggles the Bay. I mean, this is definitely a talented player. Here comes Juice. There's 4 of them here to look at Uzzy. Uzzy might have wrecked us before. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time around. 1 stun, 2 stun, 3 stuns, dead. TeeVee on top of that. Uzzy falls.
That's how you beat someone who always wins lane. You send the whole team.
The whole team.
The whole team. Well, I mean,
you leave Chris in the left.
Leave Transonics over in the left-hand side to farm up, but they send the rest of the team there. It's no problem, and that's exactly what they did. They just a good abuse, really, from Juice Gaming, realizing that Elevate had no response. And that's one of the first times Elevate haven't been able to respond to a gank in any sort of way.
It's just too much. We'll take a look at how Juice continues on, because one of the things, sure, that 4-man gank looks very successful, and it was. But the problem with those 4-man ganks is giving up too much.
That's the scary thing, is that Uzzy just got 4v1'd, and he comes back to lane, and then half-health's Dust again, and like, what's up, boy? All right, fine. You got a kill. Congrats, friend. Where's your friends now? Exactly.
Uzzy heals up his wave a little bit. Dominant performance.
And with the steel mail on Dust. Oh, TeeVee.
TeeVee gets stunned, double stunned, double tapped, and Pooka gets credit for the kill onto the dog.
And that was Elevate going, what, you can roam as a 3-man unit, so can we. And return the favor back to TeeVee's face.
Rough play at a TeeVee there. Unfortunately, nothing that he could really do. Take a look at the active situation, just picking up beads now.
Things should work out a little bit better for Dust now that he's got that Mystical Mail online. The Steel Mail rush hasn't really helped him. The problem is, we've taken a Mystical Mail against a Guan Yu. You are stacking his Conviction passive for free by him just being around you. Now that you get extra Conviction stacks off your damage you do, as well as the damage you take, very, very easy for the Guan Yu in this lane now to chill out. I'm like, all right, free heals all day.
Hotbo jumping over the rollout out of Gili. Gives another freeze out of Gustavy. Ultimate not going to be hit. TeeVee in some trouble, but Purified able to take down 1 before his jungler falls. Pooka with credit on that. Here comes Gili. Pooka in some trouble. Puri picks up the better half of a double kill. As Pooka ultimately falls to the Plague of Locusts.
Oh, left-hand side, though, Dust with the Mystical Mail is going to try and turn the pressure back on. Back to the duo lane now as they're fighting. Back to the middle lane now as Ymir's in trouble. Going to find that Mummify. The hot breath is stopped by the freeze, but not enough to stop Purified getting credit for the kill with the auto.
You know, this is working out a little bit better than the chalk mid for Purified. He's just going absolutely aggressive, pedal to the metal, and when you're Anubis, that can work sometimes. He's 5-1-3.
He got a little bit lucky against Pooka when he used the grasping hands around the corner and it went through the wall, but just the edge of the hands caught him for the
I don't
pickup.
believe in luck. I think that was well placed into man.
Oh, there's no luck. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that one. There's no luck in Smites. Only skill, boys.
Yep.
Only skill.
Yep. Well placed
skill.
Grasping hands.
That's right. Perfectly end. He was checking if the Harpies were up at the same time. That's what he was doing.
TeeVee now. A lot of damage online. Let's take a look at the Pythagoras piece. Why don't you explain a little bit why we see the early Pythagoras piece on Anubis?
So Pythagoras piece is just very, very strong on an Anubis because of his passive. His passive gives him extra lifesteal on his abilities, as well as Pythagoras piece, one of the highest in terms of how much lifesteal he can get, as well as gives him some extra sustain as well.
So what Purified's able to do with this Pythagoras piece, and maybe even a Bancroft later, we'll see if he goes to double lifesteal, is he'll be able to drop his damage and heal up while he's being aggressed on. Because one of the big caveats of Anubis is that he can't move. Right? He's a turret.
Exactly. There's 2 things that need to happen. He's got to watch out for the Ymir freezes, and he's got to watch out for Isis Silence, because both those things, well, Isis Silence, Isis Spirit Ball, but he's got to watch out for a lot of things, actually. Thor dunks, Thor walls. There's a lot of problems that he's going to have to deal with, but hold up, right-hand side, bit of pressure onto Uzzy again.
Uzzy's going to use his ultimate to make TeeVee's ult not count. There's the ultimate out of Dust.
Ymir is here, Thor is here as well, and maybe this is going to turn around
Isis.
badly for Juice Gaming.
What looked to be a simple jungle gank onto the solo lane winds up being a full 4-man rotation by the enemy team, and Juice pay for it. Dust is going to fall. Purified, Transonics, and Gili, they're going to show up to look towards the Gold Fury as Elevate has shown their hand, and there's 4 players on the other side of the map.
Isis is going to try and make the transition, but here's the Death Gaze going out as well. Juice gets it. Hotbo just uses ultimate, uses Impale. He's got no leap ability because Mana is out. Spirit Bull, Circle of Protection doesn't keep Hotbo alive. Purified is going to take a big bunch of damage, but not enough to kill him though.
Aggro, Gustavy, Purified. He's going to walk around the cone of the breath and no stun. Purified with his dancing shoes on, turns right around and looks at Aggro. Teleport in coming from the team of Elevate. Purified able to take out the mid laner, but immediately answered by the teleporting Uzzy. Hello, I'm Guan Yu.
Guan Yu is hit. Transonics trying to juke around, wait for his leap to come up. Nice beads on the freeze, jukes out the glacial strike. Transonics just like trying to embarrass people with missing their abilities more than anything else. Look at the jukes backwards and forwards. He should fall down very soon once that leap comes up. No, it won't. Uzzy finally gets the kill, and immediately TeeVee disengages.
The jump was up, and he was going for the jump. He was killed in the, the beginning frames, I guess. Ullr sort of jumps down, he bends down like he's going to ollie on a skateboard, and he got killed before he actually jumped in the air. So, quick kill, going the way of Elevate. Exciting game we've got here, folks. It's 10-8, just barely 11 minutes on the clock. Juice a little bit ahead, but not by much.
I was going to say, Elevate's rotation to the right side, they got a tier 1 tower, and when we saw Juice rotate and pick up kills like that, they never managed to capitalize on it. And Elevate did that, taking the tier 1 tower, but a great response from Juice immediately to go for the Gold Fury and keep the lead.
Yeah, that's just textbook. There's 4 people on the other side of the map. We're going to be able to get this Gold Fury unless the Hunter by himself gets lucky. Has fantastic timing to steal the Gold Fury. So that one goes the way of Juice, at least with respects to the objectives.
Been a crazy game so far, considering the ones we saw out of Juice yesterday, which went 50 minutes and very low kill count. We're up to 18 kills in less than 10-11 minutes. Gili makes a play in mid lane. Good knock up again. Silence is out, and Aggro's going to fall down.
Maybe not. He gets a heal, but there's Purified with the Death Gaze. Cheese Beam, TeeVee! And that's 2 deaths in the mid lane.
And fight going on the left-hand side. Hotbo uses it to try and get the Desert Fury off. Transonics tries the jukes, but this time the in-hands are all landing for Hotbo. But maybe Gili can turn this one around because he's got TeeVee coming too.
Nice shove away from Hotbo. He's going to be knocked up. Here comes the rest of Juice.
You don't want to leave that way, Hotbo. You don't want to leave that way.
But there's the follow-up. TeeVee gets another kill onto the Fenrir. Very aggressive play coming out. He's 5-2-3.
The 280 carries now. We saw Transonics get the 1v1 against Hotbo last game. Hotbo returns the favor this game onto Transonics. These 2 hunters going at it.
Everyone's going at it.
That's true.
It's not just the hunters.
It is a bloodbath right now. The only person who's not having a bloodbath too much is Gili, who's 0-0-7. And to be fair, this weekend, his plays have probably been his best performances so far.
I completely agree. I love to see Giliara on this Geb. Everything is working out for him. And even when the team, this seems to be just over-aggression, right? This doesn't seem to be as calculated. Even when the team was playing a more concise game, Hindu Man, we saw good plays out of Giliara's Geb. So I think whichever game plan Juice decide to go with, sticking Giliara on this Geb is the right play.
And Anubis is having a good game too. Purified's probably his best game so far this tournament. He's gone very aggressive and he's finding the mummifies, which have been very important. Ooh. I say that as he misses one.
Well, he missed one because of a strong wall out of the Ymir. I think that was more Ymir than Purified. TeeVee uses the Brutalize on a Pooka. Not too much, as the rest of Elevate show up. There's the blink in. Freeze grabs one, but TeeVee grabs the Ymir underneath the tower, and Ymir's going to fall down. TeeVee gets the kill on that, assisted by the tower. Stun onto Isis. Ultimate is down. TeeVee's going to take a lot of poke. He'll be forced out, but stun in the middle is Uzzy. Not enough for the cheese beam. Meanwhile, Transonics left side takes out Hotbo.
The screams of those 2 hunters can be heard right across the land where we're at right now between the 2. Every time those 2 fight in the duo lane, there's constant action screams. But now in the mid lane, Pooka's in trouble, going to get leapt on by the unchange of TeeVee.
Nice dodge out of Dust to avoid the Spirit Ball. Aggro all by himself, grasping hands and a smack in the face. TeeVee gets the double kill to complete the deicide. Juice going to be taking down this mid tower.
So, this isn't a jank comp from Juice Gaming, but what they've done is they've turned this into a bloodbath. That's what Juice have looked to do. They've just wanted to fight and have fun, and they've forced Elevate to come and join them in this let's have fight fun frenzy. But against gods like Anubis and the likes of Fenrir, you don't want to do that, really.
You know, it's funny, like you said, that's the attitude here, but I mean, I'm looking at what's going on. I want to see more TeeVee on Fenrir when everything's on the line. I want to see more of this hyper aggression. This is working out for Juice.
It is working out for them. And Transonics versus Hotbow as well. Those two, we asked them to be left to their own devices. Well, they have been. It's 1-1 in this matchup between the two right now.
Transonics
level
looking
13
for
to level
Hotbow
13.
looking for. They're both waiting.
Go away, Pooka.
Pooka ruining
Go away.
everything.
Always supports ruining those man fights, man.
I loved that. It shows the mentality of both hunters. Transonics and Hotbow both waiting for the other to show their face to get the stun out.
Exactly. You see World War starting around the Gulf Fury now. Juice Gaming want that one as well. They might be able to look for Pooka here. Doesn't find the Unchained as TeeVee. If he did, it could have been a different story. See a rotation, though, out of Uzzy coming to us in mid lane for a second, but does continuing to pressure and try and farm up over in this solo lane and catch up a little bit.
They're both level 15, but the gold is really different between Dust and his opponent on the Guan Yu, Uzzy. You take a look, 7,600 gold versus 8,200 gold. That's not a good look for Dust.
Right hand side, there's a fight going on, but the Gulf Fury is about to be contested at the same time here. But TeeVee's over at the speed buff still. He's got to be careful. Laser beams!
Purified picks that up. Let's go to Juice's comms right now.
Silence you?
Nice.
He knocked it. Well, I beat the rat. She forced gold off that. Knock up.
I don't have ult, but yeah.
That's what they could. Got your runes. Oh. Knock up.
Oh, crap.
Knock up rat. Yeah, she's going. Yeah, she warded.
Can you blink?
No,
she's out. She's going topside towards like.
It's a sentry. It's a sentry. Oh, I have a sentry.
She's going like towards attack speed. Ymir's coming in.
Body block.
Ymir's coming in. Ymir's coming in.
Anhur's body there. Anhur's
yeah, he is there.
Yo, he's low. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, but you have Ymir rotating too. I'm just zoning him out right now.
Yeah, one's in the jungle.
Coming out.
Wait, I got Thor beat.
Guan's walking over.
Thor, the door's up. We're not. This is like a bad fight.
Yeah. Yo, Guan's walking over. Guan's walking over.
We gotta wait for Anubis ult. When it's up, we'll just kill him. How long?
I'm going for my blue. No eyes on Guan. I'm just gonna back then. Guan's in mid. Guan's in mid. Guan's in mid.
Back at a sentry.
I got my beads.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh, sure.
They get a Ymir blink though. Ymir blink.
Okay. I could have blinked over and like ulted you, so I just wanted to make sure you were fine.
Oh yeah, we have Khepri ult and Kebble. Kicking Kev 3.
Yeah, Ymir just back. Ymir just back.
Okay, I don't have a sentry though.
Okay, I have a sentry. I'm coming over.
Right,
Let's get ready.
That's 3 seconds.
They pulled it. Yo, fight this.
That's his hammer.
I got the sentry.
That's his hammer.
Yeah, kill him. Nice.
Nice.
KS.
I'll start it. Me trans to pull it.
Let's go ahead.
I can. Yo, Guan's walking over. He might teleport through.
You might need to come, Dust.
You want to get teleport?
Yes.
You need to come.
I think he's coming around the side. Teleport to the mid tower. I'm on my way.
I don't know if you should ult for that.
Guan walked over. Guan walked over. Nice.
Oh, we got it.
Big damage. Big damage. Guan's coming in from behind. Guan's coming in from behind.
Guan's on me. Guan's on me.
Got you. I have a knock up soon.
I'm holding trans.
Pull. Pull. You have a stun?
Shit.
Unstoppable, boys.
Guys, dash is down.
Okay.
Back in.
Got him. Let him go. Have a knock up. Nice.
How many kills you got? Yeah, boy. You ain't beating me, son.
What? You had so many kills.
Nice! Juice Gaming with a fantastic sequence coming out there. Again, still in high spirits, getting kills, getting the objectives. This is exactly what Juice wants.
Transonics is a KS, man. You see that kill steal? So
I just saw Transonics with another kill on the board.
This is basically Juice Gaming just having fun with the game now. Elevate have not to discredit them, but I think they fall under Juice Gaming's like little spell here of like, let's fight all day, guys. It'll be fun.
Transonics. See ya. Pooka was credit for that. Elevate reaches double digits.
Fire Giant? Really? It looks like it. Are they really considering this? I mean, they do have an Anubis for the burst, but no Hunter. They've got TeeVee, who's level 18. They could potentially do this.
This is Fire Giant for sure.
Will they get it for free?
Love this decision.
Elevate should know something's up. but by the time they realize something's really up, it's going to be a little bit too late.
Doesn't matter. Fire Giant's already dead. Transonics doesn't get it, so he pays for his KS. Life is good for the boys on Juice.
Poor Gustavy's going to walk over there and go, yeah, not Gustavy, sorry. Uzzy's going to walk over and, guys, Fire Giant's down, but we got tier 1.
On a realistic note here, Hindu Man, I think this is really important for the guys on Juice because what seems to be almost silly, right? Just pure fun. This is all about building comfort, right? And we discussed this a little bit yesterday during the games. TeeVee has experience playing LAN in other competitive games, but besides that, a lot of these players are rather new. Transonics is playing...
LAN rookies is the word you're looking for, really.
Exactly. When it comes to LAN play, LAN experience, I'm not going to discredit their losses to just LAN nerves, but that's definitely something to think about. And when you get the opportunity here to relax, have fun, all this is, it's an opportunity to get more comfortable in an environment outside of what you're used to playing in. So if these guys get more used to this, get more comfortable, and are able to relax like this and have a good time, this can be a fantastic setup for their future LAN endeavors. So
I think the problem is, though, is
like the look.
When this stuff on the line, can they make it
right, and this is all building up for those types of moments.
I mean, yeah, to an extent, but if you can find this groove perfectly, I don't think they're going to play the same way. That's the only
not
problem.
at all.
Difficult.
Not at all. It's going to be a very different gameplay style, but just the mindset of it's possible to relax. It's possible to be locked in and dialed in, and you know.
Oh, that's a nice Ymir wall, and the freeze comes down, but a good beat's coming out from Purified. He's going to turn the damage around. The laser beam of death is out, and Ymir will fall down. Circle of protection is out. They're looking for Purified. Dust has accidentally put the blessing on himself, and so Purified falls down. Meanwhile, on the backside, Uzzy did work with the Guan. He's still alive as TeeVee dives in looking for aggro and will find the kill.
Aggro gets taken out. Uzzy gets taken out. TeeVee is on a tear. He's looking for a fourth. TeeVee gets 3. Pooka is going to fall thanks to the clutches of the dog. Here comes Ragnarok. That's a quadra kill going the way of television. Juice get the D aside. The tier 2, they're going to go for the Phoenix as well. Fire Giant still on 3 members of this Juice Gaming team.
In classic Xbox fashion after yesterday, we're going to the final game of this best of 3 this time.
Certainly looking like it, Hindu Man. Juice going to play it safe, take out some of the other structures as well. I guess Gili thought there was still a tower there, but the rest of Juice head towards the Phoenix.
Oh, that shield from Gili, just in time. I thought Dust was on his way back to base for a quick shopping trip then.
Told you, I like the get play out of Gili.
Yeah, it's worked out well for Gili this game. A lot stronger than his performance we saw on Khepri yesterday. More comfort for him. Next game, though, I don't think we'll see Elevate go this way. They're having fun, yeah, but I think they'll definitely want the extra prize money that's on the line for them for finishing 3rd. And I feel they got tricked a little bit by the relaxed style of Juice Gaming and their picks into having a backwards and forwards crazy game.
Yeah, I think Elevate got roped in a little bit here.
No discredit to Juice for that, though, because, I mean, if you can rope a team into playing your game tactic, perfect.
That's what I'm saying. 28-11, only 22 minutes on the clock, and Juice is up by about 11,000 gold. This is... You could say silly, you can say relaxed, you can say whatever you want. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Juice Gaming. This is exactly where they want to be.
There's no Millhouse in this. Go Fury started by Elevate, though, but meanwhile, a mid lane laser beam of death got used by Purified, but beads were available there for Pooka to get away from the danger. Go Fury got reset, though.
Yeah. Curious use of the ultimate there out of Purified. Not sure if that was ever going to be a kill.
Don't think he expected beads. I think that was the key.
Sure.
He expected beads in a support player, but it was a Thor at the same time, so pretty natural to get it instead. Juice going to abuse the situation. They've got 1 Phoenix down in mid lane, swing around to the right, take down the last 2 towers. I look to try and close this game out. Elevate, though, they're not giving up yet.
No, not at all. Elevate still very much trying to win this one. Not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Isis is 1-8-6, and we haven't really seen much out of Aggro, or Hotbo for that matter, but Pooka's shown up, Gustavy has shown up, Uzzy has shown up. All these characters, while maybe not positive in their KDA, have still come up pretty strong.
Oh, big Ragnarok ultimate bringing Pooka into the team. Thor did not have beads, and that's why Purified called that one out after the Mummify, so they get a nice kill with the Ragnarok. Guan Yu, though, Uzzy wants a fight!
And Uzzy's going to take a fight. No stuns as we hear
Gili,
the beast noise go off. Gustavy in some trouble, forced into the ult. Purified gets credit for that. There's a couple of members of Elevate here. Only 3 playing defense, while all 5 members of Juice ready to push. Forced out of the fight is Purified just a little bit. The rest of Juice still here, ready to siege. Here come the minions. Here comes TeeVee.
Nice
He's in
impale.
trouble.
He's a little bit in trouble, but he'll be able to jump straight back out, straight back in one more time. Now Gili's tanking for him. The tower is getting shreked down by Transonics, and now Gili going to do the ring around the roses with the rollout.
Juice going to head back to base after that tower falls down. With that in mind, Chaos Titan does take a little bit of poke from the Fire Minions. 80% left, 81 to be more precise, on the Chaos Titan's HP.
Oh, Transonics versus Hotbow. Transonics changed his mind, but Hotbow wants more. But
Surprise!
Fury was
It's
waiting.
Purified!
It's a trap.
Transonics, that is a bait.
It's a trap. Admiral Akbar would be proud.
That is a bait. We hear that phrase so often in these games, but that right there was just a trap. That was a bait. That was fantastic plan of Juice to trick Hotbow into jumping directly into Death's Grasp.
And this is kind of the tale of the game as well with how Elevate's been playing this one, is they've been happy to fight. But it's been Juice that have controlled the fights from the outset. The burst damage of Anubis is just so strong in the early stages, as well as the combination of a very early game Fenrir. Not worked out as well as Elevate would have hoped. Now, Fire Giant's been started. The boys of Elevate are here.
Uzzy's
Can they
here.
steal us away?
Uzzy's here. No blink this time around.
He's got cavalry charge though.
Juice Gaming picks up the Fire Giant. All 5 members this time around. Transonics picks it up as well. Gustavy in some trouble. He's got Transonics and a television on him. Gets stunned out. There's the burst. Transonics on Ullr picks up his 4th.
Good work as well there from Uzzy to try and hold off using the cavalry charge as long as possible. A great wall from Pooka to deny them continuing the pressure. But I think it's a little bit too late now for Elevate to get back in this one. Juice Gaming with the Fire Giant and the Phoenix in mid being so weak, they could look to close this one quite quickly.
Mid Phoenix falls for the 2nd time this game. The guys on Juice shading towards the left side. Purified still here in the mid by himself.
Thor is up in the sky though, going to look for a dunk onto 2 members. It was Gili though and Dust, the 2 tankiest targets. Circle of protection down. The Phoenix still stands for now, but Aggro is in a lot of trouble on the backside. TeeVee still trying to find the in-hands to bring him down, and does so.
Brutalized confirms the kill on Aggro. Uzzy gonna fall down to Transonics' basics. Juice all up in the enemy base. Gustavy about to respawn, but with the Titan falling as fast as it will, I think we're going to a game 3.
Think! You think?
I reckon.
You're right.
No.
We're going to game 3. There's the boys of Juice looking very happy with themselves. They had a lot of fun with that one. Wonder about how Elevate are looking though. That's the question. Let's see.
Well, they're still looking. They're
High
still
spirits.
looking
They
all
had
right.
some fun.
Yep.
All right, boys. All right.
Game 3.
Game 3. Let's
Game 3.
fix those issues now.
So realistically, that was a barn burner. Is that what you would say?
That was just.
No.
It was a crazy game. It was fun.
I mean, it was just out of this
Because it was
world.
bombing.
Everybody aggressive. But as we said, it's a best of 3. Game 1, Game 2. We're here in the last one. This is the one that counts. We'll see you in 5. We'll be right back.